Hi everyone, welcome to Ethernal Realms. This week we are going to look at what your best date ever looks like, who is it with, and how are you going to meet this person, and also some things to keep in mind. Okay, we'll see what we get. So this is pile 1, pile 2, pile 3, and pile 4. Make sure to choose your pile intuitively. If you're not sure how exactly, you can visit the video in the ribbon above, but whenever you've made your choice, the timestamps are in the description box and the comment below. We'll get started with your reading. Hi pile 1, welcome to your reading. We're going to see what your best date ever looks like, who is it with, how are you going to meet this person, and yeah, we'll see what we get. Yeah, what this date is going to be like and stuff like that. Okay, so we have you are light. That's wonderful. How optimistic. Cut the cords of doubt. One step ahead is all you need. And lead your metamorphosis. Yes, okay. Okay, I will also get the tarot and astrology, and then I will describe this section, okay? We have the 5th house, which is the house of Leo, the house of hobbies, fun time activities, leisures. Dates are included in the 5th house. And we have Scorpio, that's intense. And we have the 2nd house as well, okay? Then we have Temperance. We have the 2 of Cups. We have Guardian of Wands, or the Queen of Wands. And we also have the Guardian of Cups, which is the Queen of Cups. Wow. Yeah, wow. Okay. And the Temperance, you can see that this is a balance of fire here, and this is ice, dripping water. And the point of this is doing both extremes in moderation is going to get you a whole other element, which is, you know, more likely to flow, and it's a mixture of both ideas. So you don't need to be one extreme or the other when you can embody the qualities of both. That's the point. So it's kind of like a yin and yang type of situation. Okay, so you might be a fire sign and they could be the water sign, or vice versa, because 5th house is also the house of Leo, and that is a complete fire sign. And the Guardian of Wands is like super charismatic and confident, and it's just fun and fiery and passionate and creative, and it's just full of spark and energy, right? There is a lot of chemistry, especially when the 2 of Cups is there. This feels like a very soulmate type of connection. You just gel so well. Okay. And every type of conversation you have, you know, there are some people who you don't think are going to gel in such like weird ways. For example, if someone does not like ketchup, and you know, it's rare to find, and when you find someone who as well does not like it, then it's just, what, really, what are the odds, you know? So there are these little things like watching that TV show when you were growing up. Nobody watches it, but you know, the person that you're talking to does, or something like that, right? So there's like a very nice gelling chemistry there. It's not overly physical, it's not overly emotional, it's just the right balance. We do have one water card, one fire card, and we have another one for balance, right? So that's completely there. So you're having a lot of fun, you're doing something enjoyable for both of you, but you're also, you know, not rushing, you're not seeking the thrill of anything, you're just enjoying being with each other, learning about one another. Both of you are kind of observing one another a little bit, and you can kind of, knowing how your chemistry and your bond is, you're able to observe much deeper into the other person, because Scorpio is a very intense sign, right? It's not going to stay at the surface and be like, okay, well, I'm satisfied now. No, it is like, no, but I know you're saying those words, but what is your thought process, or what's going on behind that? Like, how did you get to that point? And then what happened? There's an investigative type of vibe with Scorpio, right? So it's like you're so curious about one another. You want to get to know each other in such a passionate way, but it's not jumping the gun at any point. You're sure, you just know that this person is someone that you can be with, okay? for however long, it doesn't matter, because I mean, this is just, what do I say, this is you know that this is right, and you just want to keep it like that. You don't want to know what happens next. This is very much being in the moment and going with, you know, whatever comes next. It says one step ahead is all you need, and that's just it. There's just one step that you're thinking of, just that one next thing. If you go for a movie, you're just, after you leave the movie, you're like, okay, you know what, let's talk about the movie. We'll go get a cup of coffee or tea or whatever beverage you want and just discuss it or something, or, you know, just talk about movies in general, or the places that you visited, the meal you had, anything at all, you know. It's just, let's chill now. And then after you're done chilling, it's what next, you know. It's one by one, and with every discovery that you are making, you just feel more alive. You feel it's exciting, but it's also so hopeful and blissful. It's like a little bubble. It's a nice safety bubble, not in a boring way at all. It's just, you feel so comfortable with this person that it feels like, hey, let me just stay in this one bubble. You're not looking at anyone. You don't care about your phone. There is no distraction. It's just, what do you value? That is the second house. And you, both of you are like valuing each other, and both of you know it, you know? It's not necessarily the first date, by the way. It's just the best date ever. So if you are already in a relationship, then this is about well, an upcoming date, which is going to be just as amazing. And you might be as a couple as well, whether you've met this person yet or not. You are, again, the yin and yang type of situation. So if you're a fire sign, they're a water sign. So you, both of you, through your opposition, learn so much about each other. That's the point of balance, right? You kind of nourish each other's lows and celebrating each other's highs, that type of thing. And you have a completely different way of expressing yourself to the world, and this person also has a completely different way of expressing themselves, but both of you are individuals. You know that, you respect that. Queens are just queens, you know, they don't need a king. They're just going to be a queen, and that itself is an archetype, right? You don't need, hey, okay, yeah, sure, we'll talk about the queen later. What about the king? The king is what defines the queen. No, that's not the situation, right? So both of them are very like sober, and there is an element of like safeguarding and feeling type of thing. So there is the nurturing, softer side to every queen, and both of you express it in different ways. One is more passionate and assertive and more confident and daring. Meanwhile, the other is more, you know, understanding, more caring. It's shown in a very loving way. You know, you feel the love in a completely different way, and it's refreshing to you, and to this person it's rejuvenating. You just nourish each other, you know. That's I think the best way. You're not even doubting with this person here, whether it is the first one or the second one or the third one or the 100th one. There is no doubt that this person is just absolutely your yang or yin, you know. Yeah, the lead your metamorphosis, that's very connected with a Scorpio as well. It's transformational, right? Transformation is you don't, that makes me feel as though you don't start out like this, so it's not the first date, but it is something that develops, and you learn about each other, you give each other a chance, and it has not always been easy, but it's not easy because of the personal ego that we carry. But once we let that down and let someone in, and they do the same, you know, that's important, right? And they do the same, then you can learn from each other, grow with each other, and enjoy with each other, all of those things, right? So it's not I'm not gonna say it's like a rainbow road to this point, but this date is just the best you will ever feel with this person. It's so feel good deep down. The fifth house as well is a Leo, right? Leo rules the heart, love, all of those. It's just love, in general. Any love, like children love, parent love, pet love, any love. It's just pure. There is a purity to it. Okay, dating is like, feeling that newness and feeling that optimism, and just having a nice time away from the hustle and bustle, the responsibilities, the other things we have to do tomorrow. Nothing, right? It's just one little period of time where you try to remove all of those external disturbances. So you're totally doing that. You're just acing it. Yeah, so good. This is so good. You can like have a candlelight dinner on a beach, for example. Okay, this is like water there, this is fire. So candlelight dinner or some type of beverage in like a tiki place. I don't know. Different people, different ideas, yeah. But there can be an element of fire and water for sure, to kind of embody that spirit of what you guys are already. If that actually happens, please let me know, because whoever arranges the date and thinks of this aspect, wow, that's awesome. Okay, let's see now who you are going on this date with. It's amazing. But let's see. We have Cancer. So yeah, I think they're the water sign. Yeah, Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. We also have the moon, which is the ruling planet for Cancer. So I'm gonna say they definitely have a good Cancer placement. So that is Sun, Moon, Rising, or Venus in terms of love relationships. Or Cancer is in their 7th house. That's as well something. Yeah. Okay. We have 3 of Cups. So they are your friend first. We have 6 of Pentacles. 6 of Pentacles is like easy flowing conversation. They can, for some of you, this can be like, if you have your own business, then this can be one of your, loyal clients, or someone from work. There is just this given to exchange of resources. So someone that works for you, something like that as well. But it is not like a very strict, serious, hierarchical type of structure, that you are paying them for something. Or no, it's just, your friends as well. Okay, we have the Judgment. Okay, they can be spiritual. Queen of Wands. Hey, there you go. Queen of Wands is being repeated. Okay, we have Page of Wands. Wow. And we have 2 of Pentacles. It just looks like this person, within him or herself, has both dualities. Has the very emotional part, but is able to quickly switch to the very passionate side. So I'm going to say mutable. So Pisces is more likely. But definitely has some important Cancer placement. Okay. Friend first, everything else builds up on that. They definitely have a zest and fire for inspiration, creativity. They let things flow to them, and they let the things that flow to them energize them, and that's how it fuels their work. So something in the creative arts is possible. They have good hair. That's a random one that came. They're very kind, but they don't overextend themselves. They know when to stop giving. They're able to balance their energies a lot. They're passionate and driven, but they don't overwork at any point. They know when to take time off. And they do that. They try to find their path again, spend time with friends. They're very good with task management, money management as well. They could be the business person and you could be, working for them or with them, something like that. But I'm very much feeling like even if that's the case, where the employer-employee situation, it's very flat hierarchy. There is no like, oh, that's a boss or something. You just talk to each other. It's just that it was their idea, so it's their business now, It's something like that. It's very informal. But they have a feeling of purpose. They look for that feeling of it's something important to them. They can't just be aimless, and it's not only about fun. When they're serious, they can be spiritual. But again, they never lose sight of what is realistic. They're not just going to use fancy lingo and get away with, not dealing with life properly, That's not the point, right? So they keep looking for what is the point and how am I following it. Queen of Wands is a very good judge of hypocrisy. I've never interpreted that, but somehow I'm getting it now. So if someone is being a hypocrite, she knows, and she just calls them out. But she calls herself out as well. If she's brutally honest with other people, she's brutally honest with herself, right? Yes, very creative, active, inspired, sensible, sensitive, but again, not overly. This person is quite balanced. They're very in touch with emotions, and they're not the ones who think that crying is weak. Showing emotions are a sign of weakness. They do not believe in that. So if they feel upset, they're completely okay with crying in front of you. Okay? They're honest. They're very honest people. They do have good integrity. A lot of good integrity, actually. Yes. Okay. Now let's see how you're going to meet this person. So if you've already met this person, then that's even more confirmation, right? And for those of you who haven't, let's see how you will meet this person. We have 6 of Swords. We have 5 of Pentacles. We have the 3 of Swords. Okay, so you'll meet them at a low point, and I guess that's where they show you hope. They give you light, and they kind of tell you to get back up and keep moving, keep trekking forward, because there is light at the end of the tunnel, and you're not lonely. I'm with you, and I know that I'm just a friend, but I am gonna be with you, and stuff like that. They help you through some difficult period. It can be a financially difficult period, or doesn't have to be. I just said financial because of the Pentacles thing there, but it can be like a relationship heartbreak, or any type of disappointment, even like career disappointments, or just from yourself, personal reasons, anything, something that really affects you. That's when they're going to really help you out. You're going to come in and and they will show you the light, they will show you the hope, they will take you there. They're kind of very universally guided for you, actually. And because they're also your friend, I guess a lot of you have already met them. Yeah. They're very healing. They kind of give you more perspective, that pain is not something to be afraid of, and loneliness is not something to be so fearful about. They kind of give you new perspective. It doesn't have to be that you're distraught and everything is tragic and life is just falling apart. It doesn't have to be to that extreme. It's just the cards are depicted like that. Okay, it's something just bad happens and you're upset about it. It happens, right? So they can come and console you in a way that you see things in a different light. Okay, and moving forward, you don't feel the same way as you used to. So your reactions change after meeting this person. They just make a point. They reach out to you, and it just works, man. I don't know. It just really works. Okay, We have Magpie, reevaluate your priorities. It is time to let go of what you no longer need. Yeah, letting go of certain past disappointments as well. If you're holding on to certain things, this person will help you kind of overcome them. And it's time to let go of, this can be like even your own mindset trappings, right? You can be the one this Three of Swords is a self-sabotage card as well, in a way that you cause yourself harm, right? The pain is more in focus in this context. What you no longer need, like lack mindset is not needed. I don't need to keep looking at the bleak. I need to start practicing more and more so-and-so, stuff like that, okay? So there will be changes that happen after you meet this person. You really start to let go of things that have happened in the past. And for some of you, you don't even know that you're holding on to certain things, but they still define some of the actions that you take at the moment, okay? We also have White Owl, the wisdom and messages of the divine are within you. Yeah. If you need more help with that, by the way, I do a lot of the spiritual readings as well. A lot of them are oriented towards personal growth and development, so you can always check that out. Not necessary, but I mean, if you want to, you can always do so. Yeah, because this is a very spiritual thing. It's kind of like, the pre-work that you need to do. Just get started on that, and this person will kind of meet you there and help you through it. It's just the steps that need to be taken. And if you've already started, it's just, keep at it. It'll happen. The Six of Swords is very like on the way. It's a very divinely guided path. So it's more like you are by yourself, you're on your own, and then you, after these roadblocks and sad periods, you basically, during that movement, that path of recovery, the epiphanies, the wrapping up of the cycle, everything, kind of the journey towards the happiness again, the transition phase is where you're going to meet. So transition phases are very, very dependent on divine timing, so you cannot manipulate that so much. It will happen only when it happens, right? It has to be just perfect. And a lot of it, whenever cards like this come and divine timing is in question, there is no more interpretation left. That's it. That's the bottom line, right? So if they want to tell a time or like a specific place or something, they would definitely. But in this case, it's like trust that it will happen in divine timing only. Okay? Which means you are energetically ready. This person is energetically ready. Only then it can happen, right? No one can manipulate the other. There was something else. Oh yeah, if you have already met this person, you would know from who it was. And also this section is then more of how you guys met, right? So take it as it resonates. Okay, the universe works fast when I'm having fun. Yeah. And we also have attack, pain, fear, judgment, and any form of separation are merely calls for help. Yeah, it kind of happens simultaneously. That's the thing about transitioning, like you're still sad about what has happened and you're still leaving behind the old you, but you're still not there yet at where you want to be. So there is still that attack, fear, and pain about, what might come. But at the same time, there is hope that, it has to be better than this, and I hope it is better than this, right? But that hope and that faith that you have that keeps you going is something that is so strong that you attract help along the way, right? So anytime that you feel low, you need to realize that you're not alone in this, and that many people, and also, of course, your spirit team as well is there with you. The many people have gone through similar experiences, of course, experienced differently personally, but objectively, it's a similar situation, and they can help you out if you reach out, yeah? This is if you want more in-person help. If you want more spiritual help, then you can always meditate and ask your spirit. And if your spirit is not answering, ask your guides. Ask someone and ask something. That's the thing. Just call out and just express your pain and be like, I can't do this anymore. Can you please help? Yeah, this is more of an advice affirmation thing. So just, because it adds the kink to the manifestation, it blocks the being ready part, so it kind of keeps getting delayed and delayed, right? So even if divine timing wants to work, like today for example, you're not ready, then it's not going to happen, so we'll try again tomorrow or something like that, right? Okay, so that's how you will meet. You're in this transition phase in life and you're dealing with stuff and you're doing a good job, but you're still kind of getting over a certain phase in life. This also includes like a shedding of an old version of how you react to certain things, how you prioritize certain things, those type of things, because we do have reevaluate your priorities. So yeah, different things for different people, but it's a lot about you. Yeah, when you feel ready, there's no hurt, there's no pain, there is no sadness at all. Okay, not at all, but you know what I mean. Like, that's not the thing that is actively on your mind at any point. And you've done the work. You're not in denial at any point, right? Yeah, this is the time that you will meet. That's how, like, they will be there with you and help you out. Yes. Okay. That's what I have for you, Pile 1. Thank you so much for being here. I hope you enjoyed. If you want a personal reading, you can always visit me via my Etsy shop. The link is in the description box and the comment below. You can feel free to watch any of my other videos. But until next time, take care. Bye. Hi, Pile 2. Welcome to your reading. We're going to see what your best date ever looks like, who is it with, and also how you're going to meet this person. Okay. Let's start with these cards. We'll get you some tarot and astrology as well. Welcome, the Divine Masculine. Wow. Okay. Then we have You Are Epic. We have the Sacred Flow of Yes. And we have You Are Living Poetry. Okay, very romantic. This date is going to be really romantic. This looks like a proposal date. Okay, so when you get asked to, marry someone, that is the time, because there is the saying yes, and there's like plenty of compliments, and then, it's all written in a poetry format, or not necessarily, but, like it's poetic. There is like symbolism in the place that you go and the things that you talk about, or the food that you order, something about it, the vibe itself. Yeah, something or the other is just going to be symbolic. And also you just feel very romantic, in the artistic way as well. Like, it has so much feeling to it. And you feel on top of the world, you're very exhilarated. It's like you're gonna go towards something. There is a sense of direction, but at the same time there is flow between the two of you. And the Welcome, the Divine Masculine is giving me a lot of counterpart, like strong counterpart type of vibe, right? So that being separately in a card, like, I would expect as much, right? If you're on a date with this person, I would expect that there is the feeling of this is a soulmate or something. But being there here as a sentence, a clear sentence, it's as though it's a prominent enough theme. It's much more prominent than it would be otherwise. Like, it's more than obvious. That's what I'm trying to say. Yes. And it's also like really bright, so there's like a lot of intensity that is going to be there. But it's not uncomfortable in any way. You're ready for it, and it's just that rush, There is a lot of rush and excitement, and for some of you who are more the adventurous date type, this can also talk about, more action-oriented type of activities, and that's just like super fun. You also have a good time, and you also, gel with each other. You get the time to talk to each other as well. It's not just one type of activity at all. Awesome. Let's get more cards. Whoop. Okay. We have Mercury, which is communication, mind, intellect, reasoning, and language. Okay. There could be a writer, or have good skills with writing, with their words. They're really good. Can be a creative as well. Okay, Uranus, rebel, reform, unpredictable, and eccentric. Yeah, it's a complete surprise. This date you're not gonna expect this, but it just comes. And even if you know that you're going on a date, you don't know what it's all about. Basically, a lot of it is not told to you in the beginning. And we also have South Node, past life, comfort, resource, instinct, and familiar. Yeah, so again, there is that, strong counterpart vibe with that, as if you've known this person since forever. And somehow, even though this is like so exciting and rushing, and it makes you feel so universally connected with this person, it's just astounding at this point. It kind of, the whole magnitude of your relationship kind of coalesces in your mind, all in like a couple of seconds. It's just this one spark. I don't know how else to explain it. It's just a very overwhelming and intense feeling in a very small time, and yet you understand every nuance of it. It happens many times when we have epiphanies, but this is like feelings combined as well, right? So that's like a way more. And at the same time, that's what, like, you're feeling so comfortable with this person, and you know what's happening, and you're secure in this relationship, and this person is as well so secure with you. You're having a good time, and it feels all effortless. This date feels effortless, okay? And at the same time, it's exciting as well. There we have the Elder of Wands. That's the King of Wands. That's again the divine masculine part. We also have these like spiral things going on in the background, this helical thing. That is the same symbol as in the Lovers card of the same deck. So it's kind of the divine masculine part of that. And very action oriented, super confident, very bold, go-getting, and not afraid, super courageous, all of those things, right? Very charming and charismatic as well. So it's just fireworks, just like the image suggests, just mastering your passion, your ambition, your drive, all of those things, like what makes you a couple, what makes you go, and how can you just keep that fire burning. Okay, you just keep it going. And because it's the Elder of Wands, it's not just, jumping to bed at the first chance you get. It's not just limited to that. It is also very mature. So he knows how to channel his fire energy so that it creates fireworks. Okay, it's not just a forest fire, let's say, right? You have to it's really nice. It's basically very passionate date. So, flirting for sure. And we have the High Priestess. So you're connected in a very intuitive sense. You're feeling so like you yourself are of course a part of the universe, but you just see how your relationship is as well a part of the universe. There's just a very deep connection that you share with this person, that it feels like something more than just the ordinary. Okay, and you have intuitive connection with each other. On this day especially, the synchronicities between you guys are going to be more. You will have a lot of telepathic connect, right? You're thinking something and they are thinking the same thing. It just happens a lot more than usual. Yeah. We have the Two of Cups. Pal1 had this as well. Nice. Yeah, so this is the soulmate card. It's harmonious, it's balanced, it's emotionally connected. You share a cup of tea, you share a few drinks, and then you celebrate. You sit down and have a nice chat. It's comfortable, but it's so fun as well. It's the beginning. It's nourishing. It's all of those things. It feels so good. That's what the Two of Cups is. Being with this person feels so good, and it just feels like it. We're not doing anything as such. Nothing out of the ordinary as such, but somehow with this person it feels different. That's the vibe there. Okay. And we also have the Child of Swords, which is the Page of Swords. Yeah, this is about asking a lot of questions. So again, I would say the proposal day. You're like wanting to know each other a lot more. You're asking a lot of questions. It's all interesting questions. It can even be like playing a little game. You know, you ask each other certain questions and yeah, it just turns into a fun time. Yeah, it seems like that could be a part of that as well. There's quite a lot of fire, sorry, 1 fire and 2 water. So you could go to the beach as well for like a walk or restaurant by the beach, something like that. But it's like a warmer place. So like you can be on a holiday when this date happens. That's also possible if you're not living in a warm place already. Okay, yeah. Let's see who this magic person is. We have Venus, which is love, beauty, art, harmony, and relationship. That's like the planet of love. Amazing. Then we have North Node, which is life mission, hidden talents, and destination. Of course, it is a destination. Yeah. Okay, we also have Neptune, which is dreams, intuition, mystic, imagination, and delusions. This person could be a Pisces because with the poetry and the whole flowing of things, there's the fish there. The High Priestess as well is a Piscean card, with Neptune there being the ruler of Pisces. Yeah, so Pisces, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. We have again 2 of Cups. Oh God, yes, that is repeating. We also have Queen of Cups. They're definitely a water sign for sure. For sure. We have 9 of Wands. Yes. And we also have 3 of Wands. They are very optimistic. They persevere. They don't give up easily. They are very strong internally, but at the same time, they don't let this toughness build a shell around them. They're not putting up walls and they're not making excuses for walls by, referring to past bad experiences. But they do know the boundaries that they should keep, right? They know how to stand up for themselves, but they are as well very empathetic, super compassionate, like the Queen of Cups there. Very connected as well. They can be a spiritual person. 3 of Wands is like a manifester. So whether they use the textbook manifestation techniques or they use their own and basically like they send out their wishes out to the universe and they just it just happens. It comes to them because they know they've put in the work and they know their intentions are pure, things like that. The whole addition of things causes them to not expect, and because they don't expect, there is this freedom that you feel with this person. It's like, yeah, there is a destination, there is a place to be headed towards, there is a direction, of course, but there is nothing which is forced. There's nothing that feels forced because they themselves are not like that. They don't treat themselves like it. They don't expect anything from other people. And when you don't expect, that's basically solved, right? Your problems with other people are just gone then, right? They're just very at peace with the flow of things. They can have a significant Libra placement as well, right? So they can be Pisces Sun and Libra Rising or opposite, something like that. But Libra, because they're like looking for harmony, they always try to create resolutions, yeah? So something in the intuitive field, something with healing. What else? Conflict resolution, so they can make a very nice manager, for example. But, there is an idealistic vibe about them. So I don't know about how successful they're going to be as that. But they can, of course, be a good manager as the textbook would define it. In today's world, everything's a bit skewed now. So I cannot really guarantee that profession. But yeah, definitely they're spiritual or like very emotionally attuned, so empaths as well. Yeah, they have a positive outlook on life in general, but they're not one to blare that positivity out into the world for no reason. They like know what to keep to themselves. Not everything needs to be known to the world, right? So they keep it to themselves and of course the universe. They believe in destiny, they believe in a life purpose, and they always keep seeking to find the truth of anything and keep reorienting themselves towards the correct path as defined by the life purpose. Very intuitive. Yes. Again, very creative as well. I keep saying intuitive and stuff, spiritual stuff, but cups also signifies creative stuff. Yeah? So any arts, anything. That works. Okay. Let's move on. How will you guys meet? Now, if you have already met this person, then, well, great. Congratulations. So this can be more confirmation by, describing how you already met. But those who haven't yet, we'll see. 8 of Pentacles. We have the Wheel of Fortune. We also have the Chariot. So yeah, like traveling for work or at work, and then you travel together or something like that is there. But also in a more metaphorical sense, like you're quite busy at this time and you're like going through certain like stumbling blocks. There are certain obstacles, but nothing to stop you at all towards your goals. You're discovering a lot of new things. You're evolving in life. There are like ups and downs. It's not very stable. Your life is not yet stable at this point. Or there is like one element which is just not yet stable, okay? So there are still ups and downs and you're trying to figure it out. And the downs are where, the Chariot thing comes into play. You're surpassing all the obstacles and you're still reaching your goal. The Charioteer always wins, Ultimately, the Charioteer will reach its goal because it's very diligent, it's brave, it's all those things, all the skills that needs someone to be successful. So it's kind of like just a matter of time, so there is keeping patience. This is basically the phase of life you're in when you meet this person, yeah? That's when like they can come and like help you out with these things. This is when you meet and they kind of help you. They help you. Even if they sit there and listen for a while, it is helpful, right? So that was something. Let me see. The time is ripe for creation and connection. Focus your attention in these areas. So yeah, you might be the creative as well, both of you. So if that is your work itself, then this is like while you are working, while you're on this job or assignment or something, the things that you go through. It's kind of like share your ideas. That's what I'm getting with the Pheasant. Like share your ideas and be free with them. Not with like every single person, of course, but when you're like getting a lot of hiccups and you need some help, you need some help, just go out and reach out. And when you're at that stage that you want to talk about it or you want to express it to someone else, you will somehow meet the right person because the universe needs you to be in that mindset or reach that mindset in order to make that coincidence happen, right? So don't worry about, spilling your ideas to the wrong person or anything. Okay, we have the White Swan. The power of divine grace is within you. Yes, you are healing this person. This person is more soothing you and calming you down, maintaining your peace at this time, kind of restoring a sense of balance to you. And their insights or perspective that really helps you out with anything that you're dealing with. And we also have inherent wisdom is emerging at this time. Watch it and ready yourself for a rebirth. Yeah, you're definitely like growing at this phase. Like you can actively acknowledge that yes, despite whatever is happening, it's not yet perfect, but I know that I'm learning a lot, I'm growing a lot, and I'm liking my work, and all of those things. Okay, so it's not like a bad phase in life or anything that where you are like upset or something, but rather you're able to surpass them. You have more strength at this point as compared to the other low periods of life. But yeah, this is more like career focused as well. You know, you're learning and you're liking it, okay? And also this person is able to give you a lot of insights. They could be the trigger for, you know, your realizations of how much you really have done and achieved. Sometimes it's like a complete outsider, you know, that can just be like, what are you talking about? You're doing completely fine. You know, we can beat ourselves down quite a bit. That happens, especially when you like care about something quite a lot. Like these here, these are 2 major arcana, so this is something you care about. So yeah, accept help and be authentic when you reach out. Okay, when I lean on the faith of the universe, peace becomes real. This card is just like, you know, don't worry about the how and the where and the who and the, you know, is this it or is that it? Is that this person and so on? Because just like, you know what? It will be very obvious to you. That's what this feels like. This person is quite intuitive. So even if you don't feel it first, this person definitely will. Okay? And they're not ones who are just going to passively exist and let go, even though there is the Piscean vibe. They're not going to be super passive about it. Okay? Because we also have the fire signs. The 3 of Wands is very Sagittarian as well. So Sagittarius and Leo, that's something of prominence too. And the Libra as well. Libra is a cardinal sign, so they are also, you know, action taking. There's some type of activity there. So just lean on the faith and the knowing that, you know what, it'll come to you, it'll happen. And yeah, just chill. When the time is right, when the person is right, just will. And that's how you can become very tranquil in your current state and really focus on what you actually need to focus on at the moment. And I was getting something else. Yes, that way your expectations are as well released, which matches you more with this person's frequency, right? So basically heightening your vibe and your couple vibe as well, therefore making it more likely for you guys to meet energetically first and then, of course, physically, okay? And we have, in any moment, I can surrender to the powerful presence of love through prayer, contemplation, and stillness. Yeah. Yeah, I get it. So you can really connect like through your dreams, through your intuition, via meditations, like this voice that is somehow helping you. And when you meet this person, there is that, you know, comfort and that feeling of familiarity as well, that always will exist. But you know, there is this book that I was reading, Journey of the Souls. Yeah, The Journey of the Souls, and it's written by a hypnotherapist. It's real accounts of his patients who went into a past life regression and also like into the afterlife. So what happens in between lives, right? So in that thing, there was one part where like when you have to come for the next life, you have particular signals that you teach yourself. So you as in the soul, right? You're essentially a soul, right? So you teach yourself that, okay, I will recognize this particular person who is supposed to help me at this time by the eyes. You know, somehow I am supposed to remember the eyes. For this person, I'm supposed to remember the voice. Or this person is going to be my father. So this is how I'm supposed to feel about him, or something like that. The really key points that helps you recognize another person that you are fated or supposed to meet in this lifetime and is supposed to help you through a particular phase in life. There are some key points there, and you remember it on a soul level. That's why when we meet certain people, we just uncannily are very drawn to them. We have no clue why, but we cannot stop ourselves, right? So there is some karmic ties attached there. Someone is trying to help us or teach us something, even through the most corrosive of situations. The thing is, you as a spirit wants to learn. Okay, that's where you are the happiest. You want to learn, grow, expand, realize, become more and more aware, and just come into just an understanding of the whole. You know, when you can understand everyone's perspective, or as many perspectives as you can, the more your empathy grows, the bigger your heart grows, the more you understand, the more you realize that, and the higher the chances of your peace, right? Your ultimate peace. So for you guys, it looks like your mind is what is the connect. That's what you're supposed to realize, right? So this voice that you hear, or this face you see, this feeling that you feel during this meditation experience, that feeling will be what you experience when you physically meet this person. Okay? It will correlate, and you, even if you do not consciously recognize it at that very moment, it's still going to feel like, oh, I'm so comfortable with this person. Oh yeah, this is something familiar. I wonder where. Okay? But you will then notice it later, I suppose. But yeah, that was a bit of a story, but I hope that helps. Okay, so that was it for you, Pile 2. Thank you so much for being here. If you enjoyed, let me know. I'm always happy to hear from you. And if you want a personal reading, please don't hesitate to contact me on Etsy. The link is in the description box and the comment below. Feel free to check out any of my other videos. There are plenty of them. And until next time, take care. Bye. Hi Pal 3, welcome to your reading. Let's see what this best date ever is all about. What does this date look like? Who are you going with? And how and when are you going to meet this person? We'll see about the when. We'll see what indications we get. But yeah, let's get into it. Okay. We have collaboration of souls. Overthinking can spoil the magic. Celebrate your wins. Rise. What an interesting combination of cards so far. And we have external validation. Okay. Okay, this date is transformational for you. There is some type of celebration going on. There is a union happening. So this can be talking about your marriage day. I was kind of asking for like coffee dates and things like that, but this looks like a literal date that you will remember, right? So your anniversaries. Also, external validation is as if everyone agrees with your choice of this partner, that type of thing, right? Or like you hear a lot of people saying yes and congrats and cheering for you and things like that. So that's like you're receiving external validation. But also what's interesting is the headphones there. It's like you're not doing this for that, right? You are valuing what you are doing or who you're with just in itself. You're not doing it for the appraisals of other people, right? So that tells me that you really love this person. You're definitely celebratory, and you're not trying to hide anything with the rooster there, right? But you're secure enough in your love to protect yourselves from any bad juju, right? Or the evil eye. But you're definitely celebrating, you're feeling good, you're really ready to announce it to the world, that type of thing, okay? Now, overthinking can spoil the magic. This makes me feel as though this pile is somehow a little bit fluid, okay? What I mean by that is you're trying to manifest this or have manifested it, and I feel like your thoughts and emotions are really powerful. So you do need to be careful of what you're putting out into the universe, okay? That's something there. So if you're manifesting it, you're right now on the correct path, of course, and everything is kind of working out, but it's also reminding you that because marriage might be something that is a little bit farther down the line for you. In that scenario, you should not be feeling the hastiness right now, right? Because if you feel that rush and that expectation and needing it right now, that urgency, then you become more, well, expectations kind of spoil everything, and on top of that, overthinking that, oh my god, it's not here yet, so maybe it's not going to happen ever, right? What if it doesn't happen? Then what do I do? Oh my god, am I wrong? And am I just, imagining that this is possible? Is this not real? Why am I not getting any signs? Did I get any signs? What was the last sign I got? There are so many things that can come into your mind when you're overthinking, and not all of them make sense. Right? Not all of them are going to be aligned in the same direction, and because of the scatteriness of it, you can throw off the universe. I was doing something right here, but if you're gonna be confused, then even I'm confused. I don't know. What do you want? So that's kind of an advice for you, I suppose. But also in terms of this date specifically, don't let other people's expectations of your marriage deter you from what you envision for each other. Okay? So, for example, some people might just, the moment you get married, people just start chanting, okay, baby, let's do this. So when is that happening? Have you planned something? And you'll be like, no, I was just getting married. Right? So it's for you have not set anything in stone, but other people's expectations might force you guys to be like, should we be thinking about this? I didn't know that, it was that urgent and that we must do this right now. Children was just a very common example, but it can be anything, like getting a house or something, or expectations towards each other's families, or anything at all, right? So don't let that deter you, don't let that force you into ruining the magic, because that complication from the external world, if you let that into you and your relationship, then that as well gets chaotic, that also gets overwhelmed, right? Nobody needs that. You celebrate, you have fun, you're doing great, and this event itself is transformational for you because you just became a permanent couple, right? So you're together, you're united, feel happy about it, celebrate it, just shout it out, but that's it. You don't need their appraisal, you're just really happy, so you want to share it, okay? That's it. That's where it stops. Yeah? And rise, that's why the transformation thing, the relationship through this union changes completely. Your life is united now after this point. So you don't need to let other people keep interfering in your relationship, right? Of course, it's something that both of you need to take a stand for, but it's something you will discuss beforehand anyways. I'm not worried about that. But yes. Okay, let's see more cards. Yes, we have the moon, emotion, instinct, unconsciousness, and mother figure. The moon is also connected with manifestation, so again, that's something there. Some of you might be trying to manifest this partner, so that's why it's popping up. But also, pay attention to your intuition. Whenever you feel like something may become a problem, just talk about it before it actually becomes a problem. Because when it actually becomes a problem, you're not in a state of mind to be talking very constructively. There can be fear, there can be anxiety that gets in the way of constructive conversation, right? So if you have concerns about certain things, just talk about it casually. Everything doesn't need to be a, we need to talk moment, right? So just convey your emotions, and that's another tip. But also that you're very emotionally connected with each other. You understand each other. You're kind of on the same page on this day, and also otherwise you as a couple are, you decide to spend every day with them, right? So I'm sure that it's more of a long-term type of dynamic that is coming up. But yeah, you're very much connected. You both of you agree that, we're now going to jump ahead 10 million steps. Let's just do this and enjoy it. Okay, let other people say whatever they want to say. We don't care. We don't need to care. Yeah? So you're on the same page emotionally. You just feel really good with each other. Pay attention to your intuition as well if something feels off. And yes, it can be the mother figure of your partner or you, who has these expectations and kind of keeps butting in. Mother figure means that your elder sister can behave like more of a mother, or your cousins, or some of your aunts, or some type of relative, you know, who acts like a mother figure. Yeah. Okay, we also have Gemini. Yeah, you're thinking on the same page, you understand each other, you talk well. Yeah, your conversation, your communication is really strong with this person. You just get each other. That's really nice. You understand each other's mindset, you understand thinking patterns, communication styles, things like that. And both of you are like really curious about each other, so you kind of learn about each other quite fast earlier on in the relationship, while others might, struggle to figure out the right questions to ask your partner to know more about them, etc. Right? So you are naturally very curious about this person, and this person as well with you, and that's why you keep asking each other questions in a very open-minded way, and that's what gets you closer real fast. Okay? Yeah, this is also like sharing with your close relatives, your siblings, so your close community, as in the little group that you hang with. It's not like your place in the entire world, but your relatives, your friends, basically whoever you would invite to a wedding. Yeah, it's not especially like super close relationships necessarily, it's just who's in the neighboring. That's what's there. So again, that makes me feel like a wedding day. Yes, we do have the Justice, so that's again a legal contract type card. So that can be also the mixing of the yin and yang, kind of staying in balance, equality and the duality, both of them coexisting. It's a very Libra card as well, Libra associated with relationships, so and marriage contracts as well. So definitely that is being emphasized again. We have Death, so that is the end of your previous way of being. That is again related with the transformation. Rise is very Scorpionic, so one of you might be Scorpio, Sun, Moon, Rising, and this kind of transforms you. It's a very pivotal time in your life, in your experience, and Death is as well connected with Scorpio, so the transformation is a big theme there. Okay, we have 10 of Wands, so the addition of more responsibilities, but you're not afraid of them. You're definitely capable of handling everything. You're in a quite mature state of being, you and this person and your relationship itself. So this is like just, yeah, we are responsible for each other and we are responsible for our life together, etc. So making promises, and that is a responsibility, but that it's not a bad one, right? 10 of Wands has a negative connotation in all the books, but it's always the word responsibility that is equated to burden, but that's not the case, right? Even having a child is then a responsibility, but you would not call it a burden, right? It's really different. So I feel more of the responsibility side here. We have Queen of Wands, which I feel promises again. But this is what I was talking about. It makes you feel more ignited, more passionate. It makes you more connected with each other. You understand, you're feeling confident, you're set, you're mature, you're passionate and driven. You're feeling really excited to embark on this new chapter, but you know that you're strong enough to handle everything that comes along the way, right? It goes from heavier, denser, a little bit more nervous energy before this wedding day to something that is very life affirming. You're very excited. Well, not in the juvenile way, you're not giddy with excitement, but you're really, psyched about what's to come, what can happen. It's a completely brand new thing, right? The adventures begin again. What new adventures will we do as a couple? And how life changes. It's just new and bright and cheerful. Okay, we also have the Three of Cups. So Three of Cups is about, again, sometimes siblings and also friendship. Okay, so spending time with your friends at this time as well. So really, this is like a very close group. So 3-4 people max who like know your secrets, and they're always supportive, always there for you, and they'll be the ones to, you know, scold you first for being stupid. You know, these really close people, that's who you will share this more with. I guess you and your partner will be friends first as well, or you share a similar friend group, so everyone kind of gels together. The smaller gang is a very close knit, and it's just a wonderful day. The whole day is just really wonderful, and it has a very lasting impact. Wow, that turned a bit deep, no? Okay, let's move to seeing who this person is after all. Who is this person? We have Aries. Okay. We also have North Node, which is life mission, hidden talents, and destination. Yeah. Okay. Then we have the 9th house, which is a very spiritual house. Also higher education and institutions, teaching and learning. No. Finding it. Oh, goodness. How do I describe this? You are being taught and also you are teaching. So there could be someone in research, for example, where they have to learn a lot of things, but a part of being a researcher is also to become a teacher. That's like the most common thing, right, in a university or something. So they could be teaching simultaneously. That could be their profession. But they're very driven individuals. They believe in spiritual things. Also religion. Okay, we have Mars as well. Passion, anger, action, courage, desire, and competition. Yeah, Mars rules Aries. So that's a lot of driven, passionate vibe right there. They take initiative. They are not passive at all. Whenever they feel like something is the right thing to do, they're just going to go ahead and do it. Quite fearless in that way. They have the courage to stand up for something that they truly, truly believe in. When they were children, they would have had anger issues, but as they have like grown up and matured over time, they have learned how to manage it more and use it more for the positive sides of that passion. That energy has been rechanneled basically through, you know, the help of religion or spirituality or both. By having a purpose in life, like what do you feel so called towards? What do you feel so driven towards? By finding that, that's how they have kind of rechanneled the angry side of themselves. Okay? Great job. We have King of Swords. We have Knight of Pentacles. And we have the Star. Okay. So this person can be Aquarius and also Aries. Okay? So Aquarius Sun Moon Rising or Aries Sun Moon Rising or both. What else? Very idealistic, stable, practical, good communicator, very mature in their thought process and the way they convey things to you. No wonder your communication is like completely set. Okay, you talk very well, you understand each other's thinking, thought patterns, and they are steady in the way. They're very patient. Even the King of Swords, even though it's a swords thing, it's king, right? The king always has that level-headed ness to them. So the Knight of Pentacles is very methodical, builds things one by one, takes it one day at a time, you know, one seed at a time, one step at a time, and does not rush. It does have a vision, but it's not urgent ever. They make sure to do today really well. Yeah, so because of this, they always achieve their highest goals, their dreams, and their wishes. Even if it is idealistic, both these cards, the Star and the King of Swords, are quite idealistic, but they take tangible steps which make it possible, and their determination comes from a place of spiritual faith and also faith in themselves. They do the work, but they also place their wishes. They themselves are really powerful manifestors as well. Okay, and yeah, they're really good at letting go things that are not working for them. Okay, the King of Swords has had to learn it the hard way, by climbing through these mountains and dealing with their own fears and dealing with their own securities, their own insecurities, and life's experiences, everything, okay? But that's how they came to the top. That's how they reached their goals and wishes, their desires. You can't just sit there and, blow bubbles in the air and dream of a fantastical future when you cannot do anything about it. Right? It can seem very far away in a practical reality, but that never stops them. Never. They will always take that one step and take initiative after initiative and after initiative each and every day, and that's how they achieve things. Okay? Whether this is in terms of building a solid foundation for a relationship, getting that dream home, or getting that dream job, or living a good life, whatever it is, anything, changing their own personal habits to their outlook on life, everything included, they do something about things. Okay, Aries is cardinal as well, very action oriented. They must take action. That's just in their nature. Okay, so that's very nice. The idealism of the Aquarius, the bigger dream, the hopes, desires of the 11th house gels very nicely with the very fiery, passionate vibes. Amazing. Okay, so how will you meet this person? 2 of Wands. The Tower. Of course. And we also have, again, the Star. So you are manifesting them. They might be manifesting you, because we have stars in both places there. Wow. And we did talk a lot about manifestation earlier on as well, right? Yeah, so this person is just a wish come true. How you will meet is just very unexpected. It cannot be predicted. It just happens, in one snap it just happens. You meet and then that's it. You click, okay? And the funny thing is, that this person could be it. You just have that sudden, insight. You can't really put a finger on it. You don't know why you think that, because you just met this person. Come on. But there is the thing of, am I being real about this? Or is this too good to be true? Yeah, is this really a wish come true, or am I just being wishful? There will be that thing going on when you meet this person, okay? It can be when you are either changing fields of job, or your country, or traveling, something like that. 2 of Wands is kind of reconsidering your options. You have something going on, that's fine, but then there is something more exciting out there, maybe. When you're ready to explore more things, that's the 2 of Wands. That's when you will meet. And while exploring, while checking these different areas of work or location, you happen to meet this person. It can be at night, camping, yeah. It's a lot metaphorical in your case. It's not a physical thing, because it's literally like it can happen anytime and anywhere. It's only energies with you guys, which is very surprising to me, actually, because normally there's also, oh, you need to do this and you need to be like that, etc. It's like it looks like both of you are kind of manifesting each other, so you'll just like plop together at any time. It's just, yeah, it just links. Okay, we have Oriel. A new creative venture is on the horizon. See it as a positive change. So yeah, a new job opportunity, for example, with the 2 of Wands, which requires you to relocate, or it's just completely new and outside of what you have done before. So it'll require your creative mindset. You need to deal with things a lot differently than you would otherwise. That type of situation. So this person might be already in that job, and it's kind of saying, even if it's a little bit scary, and you don't know exactly what lies behind that horizon, just go for it, because the opportunity would not just come by your way if it was not meant for you. Okay, so a lot of you might not even actively apply for it, or even if you're just not thinking of applying, you're just scrolling through the job pages or something, this catches your eye and you're like, this is interesting, maybe I can apply, I don't know, and without your expectations, you just get accepted for an interview and then that goes really well or something. It's just very surprising. It's sudden. Uranus can have a big role to play in this as well. Uranus is in Taurus and it's all about surprises, but you know that this is like right now that Uranus is in Taurus, so whenever you do meet, Uranus has a big role to play. So it's forming some type of relationship. This is if you are interested in astrology. Okay, we also have Duck. Find comfort and balance in simple ways. You have support all around you. Yeah, this is like rest in faith and stay zen like that. No matter what comes, it's nothing bad. That's why it is saying, like, even though the Tower is like, ooh, shocking and disruptive, disruption is sometimes wanted, it's sometimes needed, right? So this is like, just find comfort that everything is going to work out in your best interest. You have support all around you, the universal support in this case. So even if it is something new and novel and you're kind of nervous to start it, go for it and try it out. You'll be fine. That much you need to know. Just you'll be fine. Figure out the rest later. Let go of convention and follow your own unique path. For some of you, this can be even starting your own business. So that's like, I do have a steady job and a regular job, but I really want to explore something of my own. This is the time when this person comes in and, helps you out with that. Okay, or you ask for people to hire or something and they come along. There can be like a partnership situation that comes out of it, but something, it just happens, you don't have to work hard for it. You have manifested or are manifesting, go ahead and complete that process, but then let go of the expectation. It definitely will happen. Also the Justice, it's like one ripple, right? There was one ripple, one poke on the water, and then the ripples just spread out. It just happens and it just kind of comes back to you at one point as well, right? That's the whole thing. Amazing. Okay, so what do you need to keep in mind? In every moment, the universe is conspiring to bring me toward right-minded thinking and the energy of love. We have been talking about this the entire reading, I guess. So again, this can act as an affirmation for you if you want to use it that way. My outer experiences are a reflection of my internal condition. Yeah, so like the external validation and the overthinking that we were talking about, if this is something that is more of a farther down the line situation for you, then make sure to not be too anxious about when and how it will come true. It is easy to go there, but gently just remind yourself that, hey, it'll happen. You know it. You know it will happen. You have faith, yeah? Just trust, and then again you reaffirm that yes, I am set in my way and this is what I want, this is who I'm looking for, and this is the type of relationship I want us to have, etc., etc. And you again let that out. That acts as a mini manifestation again, and you are now in peace. Therefore the external things that happen to you are also more peaceful, okay? Or you're not bothered by the same old disturbing nonsense. Yeah, so yeah, you're feeling more at peace. This is, again, you can use it as an affirmation. Keep that in mind while you are manifesting this person. And yeah, very lovely, very lovely. Okay, so I hope you enjoyed. If you enjoyed and you want a personal reading, you can always reach me via my Etsy shop. The link is in the description box in the comment below. Feel free to check out any of my other videos, and thank you so much for being here. I will see you next time. Take care. Bye. Hi Pile 4, welcome to your reading. Let's find out what your best date ever looks like, who is it with, and also how you're going to meet this person. Some indications of when as well, but it can be more of a metaphorical thing, like what you're going through in life versus the actual time. But we'll get to that later. Okay, what do you really want? Reaching a type of crossroads, some type of decision making to do. What does your soul say? All of this is describing your date, by the way. What does your soul say? Feed your artist. So you could be a creative person, this person can be as well, or both of you have that in common. This date is expressing that in some way. There's some type of decision making. Befriend, the word polarize. So you guys are like opposites attract type of situation, and that's always like really exciting for you guys, okay? They make you see a completely different side of things. This day can be quite meaningful for both of you. You're kind of unlikely companions or unlikely people to meet. But you do meet, it does happen, and you see a completely new side of a story. Okay, let's say you are more in the technical fields or the more scientific, rational mind field, versus they are the artist, right? You meeting them is kind of unlikely unless you have like friends in common or something. Just by the career field itself, it's kind of unlikely because they don't work together, right? The whole dynamic is different, the thought process is different. There's very little chance that you just bump into each other's lives, right? But you do meet this person, and it's a completely new perspective, outlook on the same thing, same life that you have lived, right? The approach that they use versus the approach you use is completely different, and that's very refreshing. You figure all of these things out in this date, and you kind of, because of this polarity, you are introspecting about what you really feel, what you really think, how do you incorporate this, and it kind of challenges your belief systems in some ways, but it's not harsh, it's not sudden, it's nothing like life shattering or anything, but it does plant the seeds and kind of makes you think. You learn so much about this person that you end up asking yourself the same questions, like, have I ever taken anything in life so casually, or have I gone with the flow before, or do I try to rationalize things, do I try to put things in a box, or some things like that, like how do I do it in this scenario. It's surprising for you to see how they deal with certain situations. Even very simple like greeting your waiter or waitress can be like, oh, they do it differently, perhaps they're more interactive with this person, and you're like, okay, well, in my circle everyone just gets to the point, right? So this is something new that you notice, but it's something fascinating as well, right? It just gives you a new insight of what else is different about them and their life, their view on everything. You can learn a lot from this person, and they of course can learn a lot from you as well. But it does bring you to a point of questioning certain things or belief systems that you have held on to for a long time, not because of any fault of yours at all. And it doesn't have to be a very hurtful type of situation that you've gone through that you're still holding on to, but rather, some pre-existing conditioning, be it from your society, your family, your local community, your workplace, everything, okay? Just always told one type of story, and by meeting this person it's something completely different. So you notice the fluidity of things, and you have to again figure out what your center is with this person. But because of this polarizing effect, this dance that you both do, it's always pertaining towards balance. What I mean by that is, you with this person are going to reach a point of balance in your life that makes you stable regardless of the external situation, people, expectations. Okay? You find a new center via this person by questioning each other, yourself. It's just very insightful, this date. You can be quite spiritual as well, or introspective, or both, and internalize a lot of things, rather than, just know about something and leave it at the surface and move on from there quickly, right? There's some spiritual, mental activity there. So there's intelligent conversation, witty humor, but it's very flowy. The evening just passes, Why I say evening, this looks like a sunset to me, and these are more like the darker shades of the night, so I would say this is more of an evening date. And it just flows, time passes by and you just keep learning about each other, and it's just really nice, it's very nice. You can do something artistic for your date as well. So you go dancing, or why not a lot of things? Yeah, in the evening you can go for some snacks or drinks or something, and then you can go ahead for some fun activities, and then you go out again for a walk or something, like have a deeper conversation. It's not one thing. It's through a series of events throughout the date that you learn so much about each other. Otherwise, it's not easy for one date, one interaction to be that impactful, that you start thinking of what you do, and that introspective vibe is not that readily made nowadays, right? So that's why I'm more inclined to say that there's a lot of events or a lot of different activities that you have planned together, or even if you don't plan for it beforehand, you just end up doing that many things, and conversation flows, time passes, and you just you're very soulfully connected in this place. You don't know it at that time, but later on when you look back, it's this impact. It's just spiritual things and these crossroad type of moments. We don't really recognize it right at that very second. After a certain point in time, we do realize that, hey, if I had not done that, or if I had not talked to this person, then life would be something completely different, right? So it was a crossroad without you realizing. So there is a spiritual hand at play, but you're rolling with it, you're enjoying it, there is no form of resistance, so that's really good. Okay, we have Gemini. Yeah, conversations, easy flowing, you understand each other. Gemini is like two personalities, right? So you can be the really social kind, but you can also be the really serious kind, right? There's just that polarity is also there in Gemini, but the goal is to find that middle point, that balance point, right? The goal is to harmonize these two very different dualities and become one with it, right? So you can again come from very different walks of life, but somehow you merge together in your thought process, or your vision that you have for your own self, the way that you communicate ideas, things like that, the way that you are curious about things, the places you want to visit, siblings, things like that. Okay, we have Cancer as well. Okay, Cancer, and we have Jupiter. So luck, growth, expansion, optimism, and understanding. You just understand each other. Cancer is a very emotionally open zodiac. They are very in touch with emotions, and again, signifying the flow of things. This is like kind of a vibe that is created here. Feed your artist plus Cancer it's soothing. It feels really at home, at ease. Things are effortless. You understand each other. You're very compassionate towards each other. Whatever you want to communicate, nothing is harsh, nothing is too sudden, even if you do so many different adventures or so many different activities, none of it is sudden. It's just the right time for you to go ahead and have a drink. It's just the right time to go for dinner. It just happens. Without reservations, you go to an expensive restaurant, or like a place which is like quite popular or something, and without expectations you just get a seat. So like luck can play out. There can be some like amazing sunset that day, which just kind of gobsmacks both of you, and that again and enlightens their creative side or your creative side, depending which one, who is more creative in this relationship. But that awakening of that artist within you or them, you awaken the other persons as well. So there is a bit of poetry that goes along as well, whether you're a painter or a dancer or anything at all, however you express it. It's just you're very inspired in this state, and that kind of washes over the other person as well. Okay, we have Chariot. So again, the adventures. You could travel somewhere, you could take a short trip, cycling if you cycle together, or skateboard, skate, whatever, anything at all. We have Four of Swords. It is again very soothing, restful, at home, very healing as well. We have 8 of Pentacles. You can meet at work, or you go straight from work, or something like that along those lines. But there is like a how do I say this? You talk about work. Yeah, industrial. So someone is very passionate about their work. So I'm guessing it's the artist in the couple. And this person talks about what they do, what their method is, how they work on things, etc., etc. And that is as well something that passion is again very contagious. Okay, kind of shows you or them as well which way they should be heading next. It's like, again, inspiring. Their zest or enthusiasm inspires you, or vice versa. We have the Lovers. So you're gelling. They're like your counterpart. Soulmate, twin flame. So it's just divine timing union. It simply just happens. It just flows. It just works. The universe is on your side, kind of orchestrating these really romantic situations. Like I said, the wonderful, the awesome sunset that inspires you and kind of gives you more fuel to make it more magical. It just makes it more magical, the universe itself. You just learn so much about each other, and you love everything that you learn. Okay? You're so harmonious. You're, again, you're dual. One is the divine masculine, one is the divine feminine, and you just do this dance. It's just a dance, right? You just feed, weave into each other, and you just keep flowing. You're always balanced, even though you're yourselves. You're not the same people. You're different, but by being different, you are together. I don't know how else to express it. That's it. Equality and duality, like together in one. We also have 2 of Pentacles. So this is like a lot is happening, that type of thing. So yeah, you're gonna have a lot of activities planned there. You talk about a whole lot of topics. Like there's a whole lot to discuss. Plenty. For example, you talk about nature, but you also talk about food. You talk about your work, but you also talk about relationships. And you learn about each other's qualities, but you also talk about home and family and habits and things like that, 4 of Swords is like your home place, your resting place as well, so you can talk about that too. Or what calms you down, what makes you feel inspired again, how do you chill, or anything, But there's like a lot of topics that are being discussed in this date. Okay, so who is this person? We have midheaven, individuality, career, goals, and public life. So someone in a bit of a higher rank in their workplace as compared to you. That can be there, so like a boss level person, but doesn't have to be in your same company or anything, right? It doesn't have to be the same workplace. I mean, a senior in their field at least. Okay, so have more experience in that particular field. But career is something really important to this person. Okay, we have Uranus, rebel, reform, unpredictable, and eccentric. Yeah, they're definitely unique. That's, I think, the best way to describe them. Their take on things is just refreshing. It's new to you. We also have the first house. Yeah, again, the individuality. They need to be an individual. They can't just be I'm melded into one other person and I have no identity of my own and I'm a nobody, I'm a we all the time. They're not that type. They need to respect their own space and do their own craft and flow with their own rhythms as well. And that's why they don't even expect a lot from other people. But that does not mean that they don't crave harmony and friendship and companionship at all. Obviously not. You can't exist alone. But through companionship, through friendship, through all the relationships that you would maintaining your own uniqueness is just as important. Otherwise, the growth of the whole set of relatives, you and them and family and whoever is there in the local community kind of gets stunted, right? The growth is reduced then. Okay, 3 of Pentacles, cooperative, the value of teamwork, great team player, can lead and manage a nice team. They let everyone do their own thing, but they are a great guide. Again, work is important. We have the Lovers again. Wow. So, Gemini is definitely possible that that's their sun and rising. Sun and rising mainly. Seeking harmony again, unity among people, cooperation is something really important to them. The Fool, so they seek adventures. They do have a very optimistic mindset. We also have Jupiter there, so optimism is definitely part of the whole dynamic. That's what they bring to the table. They have a fresh look on things again. What else? They have faith in people, in life, in situations. They just keep faith that they will be supported whenever they need it. But in the meanwhile, they are the ones who need to keep going and trusting and just doing the work. And you know, you have to put in the effort, of course. Like, you're the one living this life. But the universe has your back, and it is going to catch you if you fall, and it will guide you towards what's right anyway. So they have that faith. That's what helps them, you know, gel with everyone. They get along with basically everyone. Nobody has a problem with them at all. They're good at their job. They're good with people. They're good with life. You know, they're doing really good. We have Ace of Swords. That's again a Geminian quality. Bursting full of ideas, a lot of mental activity. You think, clever, witty, very smart, very intelligent, extremely sharp, good at mathematics, and anything research related. Okay, have a very incisive mindset. So even if they are the artist, they have a very critical look of what they want to create. They have an idea and they need to manifest that idea in practical reality. Okay, it can't just stay an image in the mind, but that seed always comes from their mind. Okay, their imagination is very bright and they think things through before they start working on something. They need things to be perfect in a way with them, so that's something that they expect only from themselves. And I guess that's where the whole individuality thing comes from. You know, they just need it a certain way. They need to be original, they need to be fresh, they need to be they need to deliver what their standards are, basically. Okay, they're not going to cut themselves short at any point, and that's a promise they make to themselves, not to others. That's smart, right? Yeah, have a lot of brilliant ideas, fresh new take, new perspectives. What else? Curious about things, want to learn a lot. And we have the Hierophant. Okay, so a teacher, mentor, mentee, spiritual, good at taking guidance, good at following through. Again, it's kind of like they listen to the voice, higher guides, and also their spirit, and they follow through. They take the leap, they trust, and they keep faith, because, you know, this is why, because they keep going with the flow and kind of respecting the flow. They keep getting fresh new ideas and inspiration. Life does not stop amazing them. That's why they're optimistic. That's why they're hopeful. Even the ups and the downs. It's not that everything is rainbows and sunshine, but they see the purpose behind pain. They see the purpose behind every stumbling block they have gone through. And that's what makes them even more optimistic. That's what makes them feel even more supported, that, you know what, even through the harshest of times, I was saved and I'm here now. I dealt with it and now I'm only stronger. I learned so much from it, so thank you. Thank you so much, and I'm so happy that happened. And thank you for the perspective that I have gained. Okay, there's a lot of that. There is like a respect, a prayer type of vibe to the Hierophant there. And that realization, getting of that new perspective is just very loud. Yeah. Okay. Their mind is very powerful. That's what I will say. Okay, we have Temperance. This is how you're going to meet this person. Also, kind of, we'll see some indications for when. We have Elder of Pentacles, or the King of Pentacles. Child of Swords, that's the Page of Swords. Temperance is asking you to keep patience. because there's a solid person, stable person, it is going to lead to a lot of stability for you as well. Very prosperous. You can't rush these things. And even it's like if you meet them when it is not the time, you force it in some way, then it's not going to lead to as much stability, because the Child of Swords is more sharp-tongued, and if they are not ready, they're just not ready. Okay? I'm not saying they're going to lash out, but they're not going to open up as they would when it is perfect timing. Okay? We have Seven of Cups, so some type of manifestation can help you meet this person. We also have Three of Cups, so meeting via friends. Or you have a friend group in common and you find out only when you actually meet each other that you know some people. Yes, there's some daydreaming thing, wishful thinking, which kind of leads to manifestation if you channel it more seriously and not just imagine it and leave it behind. So manifestation can help via friends. Can be with work or business as well. Child of Swords is, again, very Gemini, very curious and inquisitive. I don't know exactly how that plays into this question though. That's what I'm thinking about. When you start being curious, or they start being more curious to look for something deeper, something more long-lasting, that's when. So there is a certain level of maturity that needs to be reached, either by them or you, but I'm more inclined to say them because we have the Ace describing them, but Page is obviously levels higher. Ace is just the first seed, that you get an idea and you develop it. But while developing, then, you have to research more, you have to find out more, you have to look for a lot more things. It's not just, idea, put color, pencil, and done, right? You need to learn about colors, the composition, the framing of the layers, whatever. But, okay, not an artist, use your lingo, I don't know. But there are more things that need to be learned. Some steps have been achieved. That's when the Page of Swords is. So that's why I'm more inclined to say that they need more development in that regard. But when that happens, when they are properly expressing their Geminian self, they have honed it better and kind of but work through the more negative or shadowy aspects of the Child of Swords and Gemini. That is being very hasty, or not completing a task before moving to the next one, or having too many ideas and getting very overwhelmed and then ending up doing nothing. When they're able to conquer those things, they become a very stable person. There comes a time when they learn a lot more than they are just scattering. They're accumulating a lot more, right? That's a Child of Swords, and then that matures later. But yes, that's why I guess, keep patience. We have White Swan, the power of divine grace is within you. Yeah, there's some healing needing to be done, you or them again. And the universe is, working with you and trying to help you. We have Meadowlark, smile, you will soon experience a wonderful journey of inner discovery. So that introspection, what do you want? If you are the one who, if this manifestation tip kind of resonates with you, if you've seen it in other readings or something, or you have been thinking about manifestation, then this is more confirmation that maybe you should go for it. But in the process of manifestation, I should let you know beforehand that there will be many situations that come which are seemingly unrelated to the manifestation, but are popping up in your life after your manifesting work, which makes you question things, which remind you of past hurt that you have not dealt with, or past relationships come back to test you to see if you are still willing to go back to old patterns, or are you willing to move forward, or whatever the challenge it is that you're dealing with, right? But the first step in your manifestation is that the blocks will try to clear themselves before you can move forward and get the thing you want to get. Okay, so just letting you know beforehand. So there will be an element of inner discovery and introspection and kind of going within and rethinking those type of things that happen before you meet this person. When you meet this person, again, they're just different to you. They're very fascinating to you, and that makes you think even closer into yourself, right? Is this the career path that I am on? Is that what I want for always? Or is there some other hobby that I can pursue that brings me more alive, or something like that? Okay, whatever your priority is, but there will be some thought-provoking moments that happen whenever you meet this person. It's like when you meet this person, you just start talking to them. It's kind of like that. There's not much of a wait from a distance and look at them from a distance and wonder and think and think and think. No, you just meet them, you talk to them, and you gel together. You know that this can turn into something solid. It can be something stable and long-lasting, but you're not rushing anything. There's a lot of daydreaming about each other and all of those things, okay? But it starts fast. And given that you're meeting via friends, that seems realistic enough. Okay, we have Finch. New opportunities and choices are opening to you now. Claim them. So this can be like this business or this career thing can be something new that you're starting. This promotion, I told you that this is more of a senior person in some place. I don't remember where. But it can be a senior person. So they are the ones who get this promotion just recently or move to a different job, which is a higher level. So this is a new thing that is happening in their life. It's a happening time in theirs or your life, but it's all positive and it's all looking up. But because of these changes, they are becoming more ready. They're like, okay, well, you know what, I can focus on relationships now. I can focus on finding someone new now, or form new connections, make new friends, that type of thing. So this allows the union to happen. Okay, so what do you need to keep in mind about this state? When I'm connected to my joyful presence, I attract support from the universe. Yeah, let go of the expectations and any type of clinging energy, because your manifestation can, not come true because you yourself are hanging back, right? Manifestation is just with your joy, just expressing that joy and just doing something for the fun of it, and that's it. If you like some type of activity, just go ahead and go for it. Have fun, enjoy. Don't wait around for everything to be just perfect before you do something, right? Perhaps doesn't apply for everything, but you can always replicate it in smaller things that you do. So if you have an affinity for art, for example, you can just doodle something, even if you're not great with paints and colors and sketching. Right, so it's just little things, but you do it for the sake of it. You enjoy it. So that's something that is important for you to remember on this date as well. Enjoy it. It doesn't have to be all set, but it will be fun. So enjoy it fully, be in that moment, and everything will just fall into place. And oneness is my true nature. Yeah, that's so interesting, because we have the polarized thing. Then we have temperance, which is balancing the two extremes, and oneness is but we also have the two lovers, who are two individuals, but they kind of come together to be one, right? To be united. So this union is again being emphasized here. So you come together, you just energetically bond. You're just bonded at this time. That's what when it happens fast, okay? Maybe not in the physical, from going from friends to asking out on a date doesn't have to be a really quick thing. But whenever you meet, you instantly connect, okay? There is a knowing that happens for both of you, and you only discover it when you actually go on this awesome date, So you're just like, oh my god, you also? That's so great. How did you know? No, how did you know? So there's, it's a nice, fun conversation thing that happens there as well. It's very nice. It's very balancing, honestly. You feel more balanced yourself because of this person. Okay, so that's what I have for you, pile 4. Thank you so much for being here. If you enjoyed and you want a personal reading, you can always reach me via my Etsy shop. The link is in the description box in the comment below. And feel free to watch any of my other videos. They're all there on my channel. But until next time, take care. Bye.